Good morning, children. Come back to our topic, that is whole numbers. So some of the problems we have done yesterday, exercise problems we have finished. So here some more problems we will continue. Before that, what we have discussed yesterday, once again we will revise. So can we show the smallest whole number on the number line? That is the question. So yes, because we know the smallest whole number, that is 0. That's why we can show that number on the number line. And can we show the highest whole number on the number line? No, we can't show the highest whole number on the number line because we don't know what is the highest whole number. And coming to next, there is a natural number without a predecessor. They are telling, is that true or false? Yes, that is the correct statement because natural number 1 does not have the predecessor. Even smaller whole number, that is 0, does not have its predecessor. And coming to the next, on the number line, the values which are lying right side of another value, all those are greater, okay? And the values which are lying left of the given value, all those are lesser values. So all these we have discussed, and today I'm going to explain how to represent some of the exercise problems we are going to solve by using the number line. Exercise 2.1. So yesterday, till second problem I have explained. So once again, what we have studied yesterday in the second problem, how to list the numbers between two given whole numbers. For that I have given two formulas. Number of whole number, number of whole number between two given whole numbers. Between two given whole numbers A and B is given by the formula because between we will not take A and B. So that's why we have the formula B minus A minus 1. Okay. If including, that means from they are given. In that case, we need to take these two also. So B minus A plus 1 we will get. So number of whole numbers between whole numbers from, not between, from A and B is equal to B minus A plus 1. So when between given, you need to use this formula. When from is given, you need to use this formula. Yesterday I have explained very clearly. So you need to remember these two formulas. For that sake only again I am explaining. Again I am revising the formulas. So these two formulas are very, very important. For suppose, see, as I told you, because they are given 28 and 47, very lesser values. So we can list the numbers and we can count and write. But in case of, for suppose I have given 7, 12 and 4, 8, 15. Like this I have given two numbers. So in this case, I can write the numbers, but it will take so much time to count how many numbers are there. To avoid the difficultness, we have these two formulas. Okay. So what is the, if I am given between I give, list how many numbers are there between 712 and 850. So in this case, we need to first of all find out the difference between those two values. Difference means greater value minus smaller value. Minus 1 we have to do. B minus A minus 1. Yes. So 5 minus 2 is 3, 0, 1. 103 minus 1, which is equal to 102. If I give from, these two values also we need to include. So what we will get the answer, 102 plus 2 we will get, that is 104 we will get. So just observe. From if they are given, B minus A plus 1, that is equal to 815 minus 712 plus 1. So which is equal to 103 plus 1. 103 plus 1 is nothing but 104. So what I told you, from means we have to include these two values also. Between means we should not take, we will not consider these two, but between these two values, which are the numbers are there, all those we have to count. Okay. So this is the way to simplify this type of questions. Okay, now coming to the next question. Representation of whole numbers on the number line. So for that, remaining all questions depending on the representation of whole numbers only. So representing whole numbers on the number line. Representation of whole numbers on the number line. So now, what is that the next question? My third question is, find the following using number line. Find the following using number line. And first question is 6 plus 7 plus 7. So how to perform addition using the number line? How should I represent this addition on the number line? Okay, now observe this. Zero, as I told you, when we are doing the addition, we have to move right side. Yes, plus is there, so we have to move right side. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, like that I have written. Now my first number is 6. So in case of addition, we can take not only 2 numbers, more than 2 also we can take. So my first number is 6, 0 to 6. Okay, and plus, so because of plus, I have to move forward. By how many steps? This is the next number. So 7 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is plus 7. And it is 6. These two finished. Now remaining again plus 7. So this is the third one. Plus 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what is my answer? 20. So 6 plus 7 plus 7 is equal to 20. If you have any doubt, add normally you will get the result 20. 7 plus 7, 14, 14 plus 6, 20. So observe once again, whenever we are performing, we are using the number line. If you are going to add the numbers on the number line, you have to move right side on the number line. So what is the first number? For that 0 to that number move directly. And after that, step by step, count and move from that result where we have stopped. From there, move step by step. Okay, here because 3 numbers are there, so that's why we got 3 steps. Okay, observe, first step is 0 to 6. And after that, plus 7 I have, plus 7. Okay, so till this one finished. Okay, now my term is this one. Plus in the sense I need to move right side by 7 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, till that not finished. Still answer is, still question is this. So this is over. Now remaining is again plus 7. Plus means again we have to go right side by 7 steps. If here we are getting minus, then we need to come back from this 13. Okay. Now coming to the second question. So this is the example for addition. And coming to the second one, 18 minus 9. So subtraction. So for subtraction, as I told you, first number only the highest one. That is, from bigger number only we will subtract the smaller one. That's why first number is enough to take the values on the number line. So Means 18 values we need to represent on the number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 enough. So 0 to 18 because my first number is 18. 0 to 18 I need to go directly. Okay. And which operation we are performing? Minus. So which side we have to move? Left side. Plus right side minus left side. Okay. So where we are stuck at 18. How much we need to deduct? 9 we have to subtract. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 18 minus 9 is equal to 9. If you are having plus, you have to move forward. If you are having minus, you have to come back. That is left side, you have to move by how many steps you need to subtract, that which number you need to subtract, that many steps you have to come back. Okay. Now coming to the third question, this is given for multiplication. 5 into 3. 5 into 3. Yesterday we have did several problems on this topic only. That's why I am explaining exercise problems only today. Okay, so many examples we have practiced yesterday. Now 5, 3. So as I told you, what is the first number? 5 into 3. Whenever into is there, we need to follow the skip count. And I told you yesterday, already I have explained yesterday. So once again, I am explaining clearly. Listen. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So like this I have written the numbers. My first number is 5. 0 to 5. Okay. So till here over. Into, because of this into, we need to follow skip counting. And what is the first number? 5. So that means I need to start the skip counting. That means I need to give the gap of 5 numbers. And the second number represents how many times we need to repeat that procedure. Now one time over. Okay, like that we need to follow 3 times. Okay, first number is the gap. Second number is the number of times repeated. Okay. Now coming to the next step, next one time over. Second time I need to go for skip counting. By how much number we need to skip count? 5. With 5 we need to skip count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here 2 times over. Okay. 5 numbers we need to leave because first number is 5 and second number is 3. That many times we need to repeat this procedure. And again 5 numbers I have to leave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is my third repetition. So which is equal to 15. Yes, 5 3 is a 15. Correctly we got now. So like this we have to do the multiplication on the number line. So once again I am explaining. First number whatever they will give, that much gap we have to leave. Second number whatever they are showing, that many times we have to go for skip repetition of skip counting. Okay. Now if I have given another type of question, so only these 3 problems we have in this exercise, but I am giving one more question for multiplication for your understanding purpose. I am giving 3 into 6. Okay. 3 6 are how much? 18. So whether we will get this number or not, we will do with the number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now coming to the first number. So as I told you, first number whatever is there, that much gap we need to leave. And second number, how many times we have to repeat the procedure, keep counting, that represents the second number. So now first number is 3. So 0 to 3, one time over. Now 1, 2, 3, 2 times finished. We need to give gap 3 digits, 3 numbers. Now again 3 numbers, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Third time repetition finished. Again 1, 2, 3. Fourth time repetition also finished. Again 1, 2, 3. Fifth time repetition also finished. And again sixth time, 1, 2, 3. Sixth time also finished. So sixth time we are stopping the process at 18. So that's why 3 6 are 18 by using the number line. So like this we need to follow the number lines to simplify the addition, subtraction and multiplication of whole numbers. Okay, and coming to next question. So again this question also depending on number line only. Okay, so every question depending on the number line only. What is the question? Observe. In each pair, state which whole number lies right side on the right of the other number on the number line. On the number line. So again number line problem only. Just observe. Now my first pair is 895 and 239. These are my two numbers. And second question is 1001, 10,001. And my third question is 1. Okay, like this I have given different numbers. Now what is the question read? In each pair state which whole number lies right on the other number on the number line. So here they are mentioned right side. Right side means the greater number only. Yes or no? Greater number we need to choose. So among these two, which one is greater value? For first question, 895 is greater than the 239. Yes or no? Therefore, 895 lies right of 239 on the number line. This type of questions also we have performed. I have given homework, some of the questions for exercise purpose also. So 895 lies right of 239 on the number line. Okay, because which one is greater, that one lies right side. If it is they are giving the question left, then we need to choose the lesser value first. Now second question, 1001 and 10,001. So for these two numbers, which number will lie right side of the other one? So which one is greater? Here 4 digits, here 5 digits. So 5 digits number is 10,000 and it is 1,000. 10,000 only. So 10,001 is greater than 1,001. Therefore, 10,001 lies right of 1,001 on the number line. And next, third question. So among these two, which one is greatest value? Just observe this number is 1,15,678 and this number is 2,84,013. Otherwise, count the digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 digits are there in the first number. And here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digits are there. So as we know, the number which is having more digits, so that one only the greatest number. So this one is greater. That means this value 1,15,678 lies right of 2,84,013. Okay. So like this only write that question. I hope you understood. So if they are given right side, we need to check greater number. If they are asking for less, we need to check for lesser value. So this is the important point. While we are performing any questions using the number line, these are the points to remember. And now coming to the next topic. So observe the third question also. We'll finish. And for third question, 1,15,678 is greater than 2,84,013. Okay. Here 8 digits and here 6 digits. This one only greater value. Therefore, 1,15,678 lies right of 2,84,013 on the number line. So that's all. Very simple. And now coming to the next question. Mark the smallest whole number on the number line. Can we able to mark the smallest whole number on the number line? Yes. Why? Because what is the smallest whole number? We know. What is the smallest whole number? So my question is, first of all, observe the question. Mark the smallest whole number on the number line. Again, it is also number line problem. So first of all, what is the smallest whole number? If you know, right? The smallest whole number is, what is the smallest whole number? The smallest whole number is 0. Yes? Therefore, represent it is on the number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just mark it on the number line. The smallest whole number is 0. So 0 we have represented on the number line. That's all. Mark the smallest whole number on the number line. The smallest whole number 0 we have marked on the number line. That's all. That is the solution. Very, very simple questions. If I am asking, mark the predecessor of 4. What is the predecessor of 4? Predecessor in the sense before number and successor in the sense next number. Predecessor of 4. Before 4, which number we will get? 3. So if I am asking, mark the predecessor of 4 on the number line. So predecessor of 4 is equal to 3. That's all. So like that question also we have. Now my another question is, choose the appropriate symbol. that is comparison. Choose the appropriate symbol. Appropriate symbol from lesser or greater. Okay. First one is 8-7. Second one is 5-2. And third one is 0-1. And fourth one is 10-5. See, just observe here. Comparison. Choose the appropriate symbol. That is nothing but comparison. Greater or lesser, like that. These all are single digit numbers. Don't you know what are the smallest number? What is the greatest number among these? 8 and 7. Which one is greater? Very simple. If left side we are getting greater value. Left side, observe. Left side greater value is there. In that case, use greater than symbol. Greater than symbol is known as greater than. And if you are getting left side smaller value, then you must use smaller than symbol or lesser than symbol. Smaller than or lesser than. Okay. Now 5. So right side 5 we have. Left side 5 we have. Right side 2 we have. So which symbol we have? Which one is more? 5 is more. So greater than. Okay. And here 0, 1. Which one is more? 1. So 0 is less than 1. And 10 is greater than 5. Okay, like that you have to fill up. And now coming to the next question. Place the successor of 11. Place the successor of 11 and predecessor of 5. Predecessor of 5 on the number line. So place the successor of 11 and predecessor of 5 on the number line. So this type of questions are very, very important. First of all, what are the successors? What is the predecessor of 5? We need to write. Okay, I'm writing. What is the successor of 11? Successor of 11 is equal to just next number, that is 11 plus 1. So which is equal to 12. And predecessor of 5 is nothing but predecessor means just before number, that is minus 1. So 4. Now I want to represent these two numbers on the number line, that is 12 and 4 on the number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay, till 12 enough. So what is the successor of 11? 12. Represent the place the successor of 11 and predecessor of 5, that is 4. So here also mention this 12 is the successor of 11 and this 4 is predecessor of 5. That's all. With this first exercise finished. Very, 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 very easiest questions are there in this exercise. I hope you understand well. So this is the way to simplify the different questions which are related to whole numbers. Whole numbers are nothing but we are taking the numbers from 0 to n, 0, 1, 2, 3 and all so on. So all 1, 2, 3s are nothing but 1 to all the numbers are natural numbers. So that's why every natural number is a whole number, but every whole number is not a natural number because 0 is not there in the natural number. So that is the main thing in the what we have studied about the definitions. And which natural number does not have the predecessor? That is 1. And which whole number does not have the predecessor? That is 0. So all those whatever we have discussed before this exercise, several times I have revised also. Now I hope you have clear idea about whole numbers. So our next topic is properties of whole numbers. So this is new topic for you and important, and these are the these are the properties we are applying for basic numbers, and further also we will apply the same properties for another branch of numbers also. Okay, now so once again, till now what we have discussed here, till this topic I will explain. What is a whole number we have studied? What are the whole numbers we have studied? That is nothing but the list of numbers from 0 to endless, all are called whole numbers. Otherwise, combination of natural number including 0 is called whole numbers. Okay, whole numbers are combination of 0 and natural numbers together called whole numbers. Okay, and the smallest whole number is 0. This one does not have the predecessor. Highest whole number does not exist. Every whole number having the successor. Every whole number having the predecessor except 0. 0 only doesn't have the predecessor. Remaining every number is having the predecessor. Okay, and next all the natural numbers are whole numbers, but all whole numbers not natural numbers. That is, natural numbers are represented in the set of whole numbers, but whole numbers not there in the natural numbers. All the whole numbers not there in natural numbers. Okay, and next coming to the natural numbers once again. So the numbers from 1 to endless, set of numbers from 1, 2, 3 and so on, all are called natural numbers. Smallest natural number 1, which does not have the predecessor, and the highest natural number not there. Every natural number having its successor. Next number successor means plus 1, and except 1, remaining natural numbers, every natural number is having the predecessor, but 1 does not have the predecessor. And just observe here, if I have given what is the predecessor of whole number 1. For whole number I am asking. So before whole number 1 we are getting 0. That means predecessor of whole number 1 is 0. But predecessor of natural number 1 does not exist. So like this you need to remember. And coming to the next topic, representation of whole numbers on the number line. When we are representing a whole number on the number line, if we are performing addition, if we are writing the numbers on the number line, always greater values lies right side on the number line and lesser values lies left side on the number line. And we can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division on the number line also. So now here we have addition, subtraction, multiplication. Addition we did. When we are adding any number on the number line, we have to move forward. That is, we have to move right side. Okay. If we are subtracting a whole number from another number, in that case we need to move left side on the number line. And for multiplication, first number whatever we will get, that is multiplication, whatever we will get, 3 into 5 is there for suppose. First number whatever is there, that much we need to leave the gap between, whenever you are skipping, that many times you have to skip. Here 3 is skipping, skip counting for 3. Okay, if I have written 5 into 3, it is skip counting of 5. Okay, so already we have, just now we have finished this, so you know, you understand well. And coming to the next, representation of some of the numbers, whatever they are telling on the number line, like this we have to represent. So directly sometimes they will give represent so and so numbers. In some cases indirectly like this they will give to represent on the number line. And now coming to next topic, properties of whole numbers. So today just I'll give the introduction about the properties. So which properties are there and what are those, what about their statements, that's all I'll tell. Tomorrow I'll give complete brief explanation about the properties of whole numbers. As I told you, first only I told you, in this chapter we are going to learn about what are the whole numbers, what are whole properties of the whole numbers, and how to create the patterns between the whole numbers. Okay, that's all. This much only we are going to learn. Now, what are the different properties of whole numbers? So these properties, all these properties, we need to apply on our basic mathematical operations. What are the basic mathematical operations? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So we need to check all these properties are suitable for all the four operations or not. Okay, properties of whole numbers. First of all, I am listing the names. What are the different properties? So we have one of the property, closure property. Why these properties we are using? That one also I will explain. First of all, I will explain you what are the properties. Closure property, commutative property, associative property, identity properties, and inverse property, and distributive property. So if you are taking some another branch of numbers, here I have told you before whole numbers we have natural numbers. So for natural numbers also we have all these properties. Okay, and for whole numbers only these properties. And next branch of whole numbers is integers. For that also again we will continue these properties. Again we will check these properties only. That one we will learn in further chapters. Okay, about integers we are going to learn in the further chapters. And coming to next, after that integers we will get rational numbers. Again there also we will get these many properties only. So these are the basics now. Okay, so first you need to understand clear idea about these properties. So why we are using the properties? Why? Because if we are doing any problem indirectly, okay, if we are directly doing the problem, suppose 15 into 76. If I want to multiply this number, it will easiest number, so maybe you can do easily. But in some other cases, we will not get directly like this. Because suppose I have 15 into 196. Here it will be difficult. So compulsory we need to do the calculations of this. Instead of that, we have some of the properties. So instead of formal method, we can do in another method by using the properties. For that we no need to go for calculations. Rough work no need to do. That means properties will help us to do the problem in easiest way, as well as give the use the less time. Okay, what are the uses of properties? It will give the answer in less time, and as well as it will give us the easiest procedure. Okay, since we can solve the problems easily and in less time with the properties. That is the main usage of properties. And now coming to the closure property. So these are the main properties. Remember, what are the properties? Closure property, commutative property, associative property, identity property, inverse property, distributive property. Among these, what is the first property? So before that, we need to apply all these properties for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So first branch I am taking addition only. Only for addition I am explaining. After that remaining tomorrow we will continue. Okay. Now observe the addition. First property, closure property over addition. Okay. So closure property we are checking for addition. So according to the closure property, I am explaining with the example. Observe. 3 is which number? Natural number as well as whole number. Plus 5. 5 is which number? Natural number and whole number. If I am adding these two numbers, because for addition, so I am using plus. Okay. If I am adding two whole numbers, 3 and 5, both are whole numbers. If I am adding two whole numbers, what I am getting the result? 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. So 8 is which number? Whole number only. So closure property states that if you are adding any two whole numbers, result also is a whole number. So previously it can be possible for natural numbers also. If you are adding any two natural numbers, result also is a natural number. That's all. So here 3, 5, 8 all are belongs to whole numbers or natural numbers also. See, the symbol is known as belongs to, means all these values comes in whole numbers. Okay. So this is the symbolic notation. And now statement. My statement is if any two whole numbers, if the result of, otherwise the sum of, addition means the sum only now. Subtraction is a difference. Multiplication is product. Division is a quotient and remainder. So the result of in statement form I am using if any two whole numbers are added, then the result also is a whole number. Then the result also is a whole number. So here result in the sense sum is also a whole number. Further, just now whatever I have given the example, that one only. So if we are adding any two whole numbers, the sum is also a whole number. That is the statement. Actually, we will not write in words. We will use symbolic notation. So for that, I am using now. So two statements I will give. I will give in words as well as a symbolic notation also. So what is the closure property? If we are adding any two whole numbers, the result also is a whole number. The result also is a whole number. So here result is a sum, because addition, for addition we are doing this. If we are adding, so the result, that is a sum, also a whole number. So this is in words. In other things, if A, B, C, three numbers, A, B, C belongs to whole numbers, they are belongs to whole numbers, then A plus B must be equal to C. That means A and B are whole numbers. The result sum is C also is a whole number. This is by symbolic form, and usually we will use this one only. Okay, very easy and important, because these are the basic things. Every time in further classes, every class you are going to get the properties. Very useful. All these properties are very useful to useful for your math calculations in your further classes. Now, A, B, C belongs to whole numbers. So then A plus B also is a whole number. So now, example for this statement. A, B, C values. That means 3 values I am taking. 4, 5 I am taking. What is their sum? 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. So 4, 5, 9. All are belongs to whole numbers. Okay. 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. 4 is a whole number, 5 is a whole number, their sum 9 also is a whole number. That means closure property is satisfied for addition of whole numbers. Okay. See, if we are checking for subtraction, observe 7 minus 2 I am taking. 7 minus 2 in the sense 7 is a whole number, 2 also is a whole number. 7 minus 2, their difference is equal to 5. So difference also is a whole number. But if I am taking reversely, if I am taking smaller number first and greater number afterwards, 2 minus 7, what I will get? 5 I will get. But 7 is having negative 10, so minus 5 I will get, not 5, minus 5 I will get. Minus 5 is not a whole number, it is an integer. That means subtraction, closure property under subtraction is not suitable, okay, for whole numbers. See, remember, addition and multiplication is suitable for each and every property of whole numbers, but whereas coming to subtraction and division, those are not suitable for any of the properties. So that one later on we will discuss. Okay, now take few more examples for closure property only. If I am adding the numbers like this, 0 is a whole number plus 5, 5 also is a whole number. So what is their sum? 0 plus 5 is equal to 5, 5 also is a whole number. So if you are adding two whole numbers, the sum also whole number. And take greater number first, 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Here also all are whole numbers only. And coming to 5 plus 2, 7. All are whole numbers. If I am taking smaller number first, 2 plus 8. All are whole numbers. So when you are taking all are, whatever numbers we are taking, the result always we are getting as a whole number only. That's why closure property suitable for whole numbers over addition. Okay. So lastly, you must write closure property. Closure property is suitable for whole numbers under addition. Okay, just now before this, whatever statement I have given, and after the example, this is the statement you need to take. Okay, closure property is suitable for whole numbers under addition, even under multiplication also it is suitable. We will check afterwards. Now coming to the next question, next property. In case of addition only, so what is the next property? As I told you, commutative property. Commutative property. So first of all, I'll take the examples, then I'll explain. 2 plus 3 is equal to how much? 5. 3 plus 2 is equal to how much? 5. And 1 plus 7 is equal to how much? 8. 7 plus 1 is equal to how much? 8. 12 plus 15 is equal to 27. Same. 15 plus 12 also equal to 27. So observe all these numbers, whatever I am writing, what I am trying to explain, just observe. 2, 3, 2 whole numbers. Okay, 2 and 3 I am using here. Okay, whatever sum I got 5. In second case, that 3, second number I am placing in the first place and first number I am placing in the second place. Then also I am getting the result the same. Means 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Means I am changing the order of these two numbers. Okay. First number as second number and second number as first number I am writing. Here second number and it is first number. I am changing the order of two numbers order and adding those two numbers. Then also I am not getting other answers. I am getting the same answer. So the statement, now coming to this next example also. Here my two numbers are 1 and 7. I have changed them 7 and 1. 1 plus 7 also 8 only, 7 plus 1 also 8 only. Okay, there is no change by changing their order also. So commutative property states that if you are changing the order of any two numbers, if you are adding, because here under addition we are taking, if we are adding any two whole numbers, by changing their order, the result will not change. Okay, this is the statement. So tomorrow I am going to continue this class. I will tell you different types of properties. Okay. Today whatever exercise problems are there, practice once again.